Hello, and welcome, my friends, to the next video in the Create Better Content series, where I show you how to tap into your creativity so that you can stay consistent with your marketing and reach more customers. My name is Penny, and I'm going to guide you through this content development process. I want to teach you how to create engaging content to post, like social media, sales pages, email, all of that stuff. Everything that you use that we call content marketing, which you use to reach qualified customers. And if you want to learn more about creativity and how this can help you develop your content marketing plans, I would love to see you hit that button below and subscribe to this channel. And below are several links. One of the links that you're going to see is for the Content Prompt Playbook. This is for you if you are trying to figure out what you should be posting and you've been using ChatGPT and it's just not connecting, and it feels like it's just generic and it's just the same thing that everybody else is doing with about a dozen emojis. Well, this free download is going to help you talk to ChatGPT so that it gets what you need to create your marketing messages that are more customized to your business and your customers. Another link that you can see down there is so that you can subscribe to the Marketing Strategy Collective program. And you can personally work with me and a whole bunch of extraordinary business owners who are in the process of developing remarkable content. And we do it in a supportive group online space. We meet on Patreon. You also get monthly strategy workbooks. There's a whole lot of training that happens every single month just to help you stay up to date and to help you keep moving forward and seeing momentum with your business. So the links are below. You know what to do to learn more. All right, today's video. Let's talk a little bit more about SEO, search engine optimization. I want you to think about this situation. So when someone's typing in, let's say your product or your service or whatever it is that your business does into Google, what happens next? Does your business come up or is it your competition's? And even if they do find you, if your link does come up, does your content actually get them to move forward to becoming a customer? Does it get them to take action to click? So that's what this episode is about today. That part of SEO that is it's like a piece of the SEO, but I want to dig into it deeper. I want to talk about how your keywords actually get connected to the sales process. I don't want to talk about rankings or traffic or that kind of stuff. What I want to talk about is specifically SEO keywords, how they are leading potential people through your customer buyer's journey. And also, if you're not familiar with the customer buyer's journey, there are a ton of videos that I have done about the customer buyer's journey. Run a search in my account up here at the Create Your Business YouTube channel, and you'll see all kinds of stuff. As a matter of fact, I think there's a playlist there. So we're going to talk about this. We're going to talk about the whole thing, about the customer buyer's journey from awareness to consideration to actually making that decision. And how does SEO and keywords connect all of this stuff and get your content to convert more people? Because I think that when most of us as small business owners, we tend to think about SEO as just like, oh, I use my SEO so people can find me on Google. But the real goal isn't just to get pulled up on Google. It's the traffic. And it's specifically the targeted traffic that actually converts somebody who found you in a search into a potential customer. So if we think about it from that place, then SEO is more like a 24/7 salesperson. Somebody who's like always there in the background, always there when somebody's got a question, like one of those little chat box things that when they come to your website and it hovers over you, do you have a question? Do you have anything you want to ask me? It's like always there helping people find what they need, guiding them, with any of the questions that they have. And that's the purpose of it, because that's how it really works. Because when SEO, the search words that people are using, connects to what they refer to as the search intent of your customers with the content that you create, that is when the magic happens with SEO. That means that different keywords are going to attract different people at different stages of their buying journey. So when we understand that connection, marketing starts to feel more intentional instead of random. So let's look at it from this place. If we break down the buyer journey and we think about the SEO keywords that work at each stage, this is what we're talking about when it comes to this search intent of the person who is looking, because the person can be at a different stage of their buyer's journey, and that's going to influence their search, because it's going to influence the actual words that they're using and the keywords, because it depends upon where they are in their search is going to depend upon their search intent, meaning the keywords that they're going to be using. All right, so let's get through this here. Let's talk through this, So let's talk through the buyer's journey. If you haven't had an opportunity to really dig into it with any of the other videos that I've had, I am going to do like a really brief overview of the buyer's journey. So let's start with the first stage. The first stage is the awareness stage. That's when somebody realizes I've got an issue. Something's broken. I need to fix it. I'm stuck. I'm not seeing results in my business. I'm getting challenged. What's going on? I need a new program because my editing skills aren't as good as they need to be. There's a problem. And we all get to a place where we realize that there's a problem. So we start looking for a solution. And generally what we do is, one of the first things we do is we look on search related, Google, YouTube, Pinterest, TikTok. We go to search related sites to look for somebody with a solution to our problems, because we're not ready to buy yet. We've realized that there's a need for a solution, and now we're looking for help. So this is the awareness stage. So when we translate this into SEO, what we're looking at here are like informational keywords, like how to fix X, Y, and Z. The best ways to improve this, there. Why does this, and this? So what we're doing is it's the type of keywords where people are specifically asking about their problem. So let's say you sell handcrafted furniture. This would be, someplace on your search, on a website, on a page within your site, even your home page, you could say how to choose handcrafted furniture. Because somebody could be looking for best ways to improve. How do I choose which handcrafted furniture? So that's what your keyword's coming up with. So we're coming at it from the place of somebody having that problem, and what would be keywords that they would be typing in. And I want you to think about this with regards to your business, and think about the questions, think about the things that people are asking, think about the pain points that they have. What would they be typing into Google to find the solution to their problem? Those are the keywords that you will be integrating into your website or into your content for the awareness stage. All right, let's move to the second one. The second place is consideration. Consideration now says, okay, I know that I've got a problem. I'm finding the solutions, and right now what I'm doing is I'm considering which business I want to use. I'm comparing my options, hence the word consideration. That's why we call it that. So we've moved past awareness. I've already gone past the point that I know that my problem, I know that I've got a solution I'm looking for. Now I'm looking for the different products. I'm comparing prices. I'm looking at different businesses. I'm comparing features. I'm looking at all this kinds of stuff. I'm considering, hence the word consideration stage. Okay, so that's where we are right now. So when we think about keywords in this stage, this is when we start looking at, so if people are looking at prices, people are looking at businesses, we do things about cost. We do best handmade furniture near me, custom furniture cost breakdown. Here they're researching who to buy from. So this is where your business starts to build trust. You start thinking about, comparison posts. If you were, if there's something that you are your product, and you can compare it to other products, why it costs less. This is the time when we talk about testimonials. We make sure that we can put some keywords into those testimonials. We make sure that our FAQ, the frequently asked questions page, has these types of keywords. For the the FAQ page could easily be thinking about, all of those questions that somebody's typing into Google. can then be on your FAQ page. And if somebody's typing this into Google, your FAQ page could turn up as a result. So that's what we're thinking about when it comes to the consideration stage. So we're looking at things like, why choose us? That type of language, that type of place where we're moving people who are now just looking for people to buy from in the consideration stage. So now let's move to the decision stage. Okay, so now basically what that means is the person is ready to buy. So they've already accepted, that they've made their decision. They know that this is the solution that they're looking for. And now they're looking for the place to purchase it or to contact or whatever it is that you do to set this up. So this decision stage is more about transactional keywords like, dining tables for sale, buy handmade furniture online. So when we're looking to put our transactional keywords, this is the kind of stuff that we put into our product pages, our Google business profile, any local SEO optimization that we're going to be doing. This is where the call to action, is really, really important. We're telling them the next step to do. Fill out this form here. Contact us for a consultation. Whatever the next step is, this is that decision page, and we want to make sure that keywords are highlighted on this page as well. So now I've gone through the stages. I want you to think about how you can build your SEO strategy, not just around getting found, but how you can utilize real specific, especially long tail keywords, and connect it to the content in your buyer's journey. So what I want you to do is this. Think about creating like a content list. And it could be more than just your website and your homepage and your product page. Maybe you're very active on a social platform, and so there's your profile there that you want to include as a content list. Maybe you frequently record videos. Maybe you frequently blog. Think about all of the opportunities that you are putting out there with content. And then think about where SEO keywords could fit. Ask yourself with each piece of this, each one of these pieces of content, what will help people find me? What will help them compare my product or services to other people? What will help these potential customers choose my business? So if we think about it from that place, that's going to help you think about where we want to put these keywords, right? So the next step I'd like you to do is now I want you to match your keywords to their intent. Remember I talked about search intent earlier in this video episode. If you're not sure what to do, use a free tool like Google's got that Google autocomplete. All the way down at the bottom, people also ask, look at places like Answer the Public. Think about what people are searching for. And then if you think about it from that place, you can break this down into the awareness, consideration, and the decision keywords. If we think about, they're looking for the problem, they're considering their comparisons, they're making decisions. Those are the keywords. So match the keyword intent. And like you said, if you need some help looking up keywords using something like Google autocomplete, people also ask, all of those kinds of things will give you opportunities to find some keywords and some long tail keywords. And you can start looking for ways, because your next step is now to take that list of you created the content that you want to put keywords into. Then you started to create a list of keywords that were intentional, that had search intent to them. Now I want you to take that stuff and combine this together. I want you to start putting your awareness into your content. I want you to, let's see how, want to see how we make our furniture. Link to your product video. Those are ways that you can start adding these call to actions into your content that are also creating searchable keywords. Ready to choose your style, link to your consultation page. Those are the kinds of things that you could be doing on where you can match the keyword's intent onto that specific page of content. And when we do things like this and we actually take proactive decisions with our content like this, this is what's creating movement in your marketing. And when people find you, and when people land on your pages, and when people go from your home page to a product page to a buy now page, you're helping them move from one stage to the next naturally because of the content that you're creating, because of the steps that you're giving them, because of the call to actions that you're sharing on your web pages. Because see, the thing is SEO isn't just converting because of the keywords. It converts because it connects people. So your goal with SEO is to show up when people are searching and to give them what they need when they need it in their buyer's journey. And if they find you along their way in their buyer's journey, this is how SEO builds trust. This is how we move from search into sales before they have even spoken to you or even had a conversation with you. So instead of thinking of keywords as just like data points or hashtags, think of them as conversations. And if each search is a question or a conversation that somebody would have with you, then your content then becomes the answer that leads them to the solution that your business provides for them. So thank you so much for joining me today. If this episode has started to give you some ideas to learn some new skills for your marketing, I would love to see you hit that like button and then hit that share button and share it with another business owners. And if you want to take this further, I would love for you to join us inside the Marketing Strategy Collective. We take all these ideas and we turn this into a marketing plan for you that's going to drive you some sales. So I want to make sure that your marketing is working for you and not just sitting there in some Google Doc. So join us inside the Marketing Strategy Collective. You're going to get a marketing strategy workbook every single month. You'll get supportive conversations in our monthly meetings, and you can stop working in a solo bubble and start training yourself and working a collaborative space so that you can learn more and do more in the new year. You see the links below. You know what to do to learn more, because you are magnificent, my friend. And let me be the first to say, I'm proud of you. Until next time.